Hello, good morning, welcome back to a brand new video. We have a gap in the rain. It was raining non-stop yesterday, all day, from morning till night. So it's nice to have a little gap in the rain, and I'm raring to get on with some work at the new project property. And 48 hours later, the fire is still smoking. Also, I can feel some heat coming off that. That is actually still really warm, which is wild. Look at that smoke. And that just shows how hot this fire was, because it was raining very hard yesterday. But look at that, all of that debris just turned to dust. Let's get the UTV loaded up. Oh, there's lots of water in there. Get rid of that water first. Get the UTV loaded up and ready for action before it rains again, because the clouds are looking very unpredictable. That's a lot of water actually. There was a lot of rain yesterday. The lake has even risen once again. I absolutely love how Bella just hangs out on Bee's yoga mat. Sometimes she even looks like she's doing the downward dog. Proper yoga poses going on, and she just chills on that and just looks at the view over the lake. It's hilarious. So the key is to pack everything you think you might need and a little bit more, because you never know. When you're down there, a branch might have fallen off in the strong wind that we had yesterday, and I might need to cut that. So I'm taking everything I can think of so that I don't have to come all the way back up here to the house or the garage to fetch what I need at the new project. So that should be everything. I got oil, my boots, harness, 2-stroke, leaf blower, brush cutter and chainsaw.
You might feel like giving up when the weight is heavy on your mind, trying to find your way in the dark, when it feels like it's an endless night, and you're looking for a glimpse of light.
While I'm here, I might as well have a quick check inside the house and make sure everything's okay. But look at that view over the pool, absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what's going on inside. So all is good inside. I absolutely love this place. It's got so much character. I cannot wait to start the renovations very soon. I just need to do more spring cleaning, because if you don't know, in Portugal there's certain times where you have to keep, if you own land, you have to keep the land around your house clean before a certain time. It's just to prevent fire risk, and it's a brilliant idea. So it used to be the 30th of April, but we've had so much rain, and last year as well, and I think the year before, not the year before, they extended it to the 30th of May, which gives me a whole extra month to really clear everything on Miracle Mountain and around this project house as well. And then the plan is, throughout the heat of the summer, I'm going to be inside here working away and getting this renovation really kick-started, because we're going to put a new kitchen over there, a complete new bathroom. It's all going to be repainted. It's going to look absolutely incredible. So make sure you stay and hang around for that, because this is going to be a place where you can come and visit and stay. So I was going to use this bad boy down here, but there's too many weeds. The grass is far too long. So if I cut it with this strimmer, I can then use this to keep on top of it. There's no point me battling with that old lawnmower when I've got a state-of-the-art brush cutter that can rip through these weeds in a second. The only reason I didn't want to use the strimmer ever down here around the pool is because no doubt I'll get debris actually in the pool. But look at that. There's already loads of leaves in there, so a little bit of extra grass isn't going to make a difference. Thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. So I'm just currently on my laptop in my office going through all of the information that I don't want on the internet. Living in the mountains of Portugal and building a farm has been one of the most rewarding things that we've done. It gives us a sense of freedom, peace, control of how we live. But even out here, far from the cities and crowds, we've found out that the personal information that I'm seeing right here was still showing up online on things like people search sites, in old databases, even linked to places we haven't lived in years. Things like our names, addresses, phone numbers and email accounts were just sitting there for anyone to find. That's why I came across Delete Me. It's a private service and finds your personal data on these sites and sends removal requests on your behalf. And they don't just do it once, they keep checking back every few months to make sure that your information stays off. So if you care about your digital privacy like I do, even in remote places like this, then go to joindeleteme.com/indieprojects to get 20% off international plans. It's a small step that makes a big difference.
In my time abandoned, the 7 wonders never held a candle to your lonesome eyes. I still think of you when the mountains crumble, when the night turns blue and the red bird cries on a San Antonio where the cold winds are blowing, a place far from home where the road never dies. And you told me then that your heart was heavy with the right love at the wrong time.
So although I'm saying it myself, I've done an absolutely cracking job there. Look at the difference. It looks so much bigger and way more beautiful. There's a lot of weeds and that's not good for a good healthy lawn. I want to get this lawn looking so nice, so when guests come and stay, maybe you guys come and stay here, you can have the sun loungers out, you can be barefoot walking on the beautiful grass. It's irrigated all summer. It will be absolutely lovely. I don't have that knowledge at the moment, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to message my friend John from the Newbies and see if he'll come down, give me a hand and show me what he's done with his lawn at their homestead, because his lawn's probably the nicest lawn I've ever seen in Portugal, and he's got a robot mower which is incredible. So that's kind of the route that I want to go with this garden area. So I'll get some top tips off him, and maybe then I can go down and help him with some stuff and give him some of my knowledge, maybe to do with ponds and stuff like that. So one thing I did notice, and you might see me in the time lapse stamping around, is there's a lot of moisture down here. Look at that there. There's puddles of water. And I don't know where that water's coming from. I don't know if it's just because we've had unprecedented amounts of rain this year that is happening, or whether that is always the case, but I need to keep an eye on that for sure, because we don't want this to be waterlogged.
I was sorry then when I left in November by the water's edge. I heard you sing through the pines. Not a day goes on where I don't remember you're the right love at the wrong time on a San Antonio.
Oh, I'm actually super happy with that. And I managed to get far less grass cuttings in the pool than I thought I would. I'm going to let them dry out in there. And then when I come to scoop out the leaves, I'll scoop out the grass cuttings as well and give the pool a good clean. before we do anything to it, obviously. So I didn't bother filming it, but I've just cut all of this section in front of the house. Look at the flowers, they're absolutely beautiful. And I've made a path all the way down here. And the path goes to the secret garden as well as the lower land. But I've discovered something again. So it's really lush down here. And I know why, because essentially a river has formed all the way down. The land goes all the way down there to them trees and then that way. But look at this. It is really muddy and boggy here. This is, it's not good. I did see it about a month ago and I showed it on video, but honestly, I thought it would dry up. And what's happened is, up here, you'll be able to see where it's flowing from. It's coming out of a pipe that's here, that in the fire, like, I don't know, it's like 2.5 years ago now. Look at that. That is a proper flow coming out of there, much more than before. And you can see where the pipe has cracked. It's really frail and brittle. And I think you can see the end there. It's melted in the fire. So maybe there was an extension to this, or maybe because we've had unprecedented amounts of rain, that spring or wherever that water's coming from is just flowing much more than usual. It looks like a 50mm pipe to me. I don't think I've got any 50mm pipe hanging around, but I do have some smaller pipes. So if I go to the city, which I need to go this evening anyway to pick up some more cat food and supplies for the animals, I can pick up maybe a 50 down to whatever pipe I've got, because it's quite a fair bit of water coming through there, but it's not going to make a difference enough if I just step it down to a slightly smaller pipe that I've got hanging around. I'm not going to spend money buying a brand new 50mm pipe for no reason when I can just step it down. But my idea is this. So just to give you some context, the pipe is up there. That's where the water's running out, and it's going down here, making all that area boggy. But there is actually a ditch just here with a stream in it. So what I'm planning to do is basically extend that pipe all the way down here into this ditch and into this stream, and then that can flow nicely down the property and not ruin anything. Because this big area down here, the bottom of the property, I'm not going to strim it, I'm going to cut it with the tractor. And last time I brought the UTV down in here, it was sinking. So if I bring the tractor with the big mud tyres, it's just going to churn it all up. So I'm going to add that to the top of my priority to fix this pipe ASAP.
Baby, there are times when I feel like I'm missing something. When you count your blessings, you always count me among them. You found the love of a saint in the heart of this sinner, just trying to find a way to give back the love that you're giving.
Good morning. It was an absolutely stunning morning. There was a cloud inversion. I absolutely love being in the clouds. It's the best thing. It just feels really relaxing and peaceful, and that you're the only one on this planet. That's what it feels like to me anyway. So a really nice morning after literally torrential rain for the last 2 days, non-stop, very hard to get anything done. But I have been to the city, I picked up all the parts that I need, ready to fix that piping down at the new property. And I got a few other bits and pieces I want to experiment with. So yeah, the pipe is just down here on the floor. So this is the pipe that I said I had left over and I wanted to use for this project to save on money. And you can see I've just laid it all out because obviously it's coiled. And if you leave it out in the sun for a few days, it straightens out nicely. The one thing that I'm super stoked about is the whole cost of this fix is now €4.50, which is next to nothing, which is incredible because obviously I had this pipe lying around. I just needed to get an adapter to downsize from 50mm to the 32mm pipe. So hopefully this works, and I've saved myself a lot of money by not buying loads of pipe. Also, I went into my workshop because I knew I had some other 90-degree sections and some other bits and bobs that I'm going to need, and it's all there. So I didn't need to buy anything. So that is a good reason to keep everything in your workshop and always check it before you go to the store to buy new stuff, because I've probably got most of what I need in that workshop for the next 6 months. And look at this, isn't this pretty? This is actually the overflow from the lake. I nearly slid then into the water. But if you look up here, you'll see how gorgeous that overflow looks. Look at that. Is that not just wonderful and cinematic? Absolutely gorgeous. You can see how much water is coming in and out of the lake. It's a lot.
Light my last cigarette, lucky for the road. I'm headed back out west, leaving El Paso. Flat tops on the rear view for many a mile. I've got no directions, I'm just headed for the wild. Through Silver City and straight out to the desert. I'm not chasing anything but the good summer weather. The summer will go in late September, but I'm gonna chase the sunlight till late December. So don't take me where the clouds are, I just wanna see the light. Take me to the place where the hills and stars collide. We ain't got much of it, so this is how I bide my time.
So after all that rain the last couple of days, it's definitely worse. This field is not drivable right now with the tractor, which is fine because I've got about a month before I need to cut it. So if I fix this problem now, in a month's time, this should have dried out nicely and I'll be able to drive on here without it looking like Glastonbury Festival. It is coming out of the pipe like I've never seen before. Look at that. That is a very, very good flow. And if I come down here and give you an update, look at this. That is all just waterlogged and so soft. You can literally see the water. It's like a stream running down the middle of the field, which is not what I need. So first things first, make sure I've got enough pipe to get to where I need to go, because it actually looks longer than I thought. So I just need to unravel this pipe, and I'm going to run it the other side of this tree. There's like scattered stones, almost like there was a stone wall back here in the day. And I'm going to put it along there because I'm never going to use the tractor up on this hillside. So it'll be well out the way.
I'm breaking out of bad news, leaving by myself, going through our memories. It's something I can't help. We'll go our separate ways, but you know that I won't live without you, babe. I'm driving on that freeway, trying to kill the time, leaning on our memories so I can rest my eyes. Go our separate ways, but you know that I won't live without you, babe.
That pipe has definitely seen better days. Look at that. It's basically been melted in the fire, and then the sun has made it so brittle that it's just falling apart. You basically want the water to flow through this section so you don't get soaked, and then pop it straight on. There we go. Tighten that one up, and then the smaller pipe can go on there. There we go. Locked in, tighten this up. And we should, in 30 seconds or a minute, have water coming out the other side. So we'll go and check. No leaks so far, which is a good sign. So now I know the pipe is long enough, I'm just going to cut off just here and I'll keep the excess for little other jobs that I need around the place. Remember I said don't forget anything. I would never usually use an angle grinder to do this, especially with water right there. But I forgot the, I don't even know what you call it, pipe cutter. Completely forgot it. There's no way I'm going all the way back up, but I had this with me. So this will do. We got quite a bit of excess to play with, which is good. Guys, I've just spotted a ginger cat. It's not Ginjey, it's a boy. Hey ginger cat. Ginger cat. Hello mate. Do you want to come and help me for the day? How you doing? Where you come from? Off he goes. That was cool. If you stay here, maybe you'll see a ginger boy cat. That'd be cool. He's obviously just like, this is the more wild part of the land, much further away from the house. So yeah, I don't know where he's come from. But like I was saying, the best camera is the one that you have with you. And the same with tools. The best tool is the one you have with you. If you forget a tool, like I just made it work with something that's not ideal, but there's no way I'm spending 20 minutes going backwards and forwards just to get the right thing, just for essentially 2 pipe cuts. But that's it, it's all done. Let's have a look. So you might be able to see the stream down there. And then I've basically ran the pipe into the stream. As you can see, it's very damp. And there we have it, it's coming out the new pipe. Perfectly fine. Downsizing that pipe was no problem. We're never going to get more water out of that pipe than we have the last couple of days. So I think that's going to work just fine. So I didn't even need to use 2 of the bits. So that's good that I didn't go out and buy stuff that then I didn't need to use. The pipe was actually curving in the right directions. So I didn't need any 90-degree angles. And I'll update you on the field. Let's check back in a couple of weeks and see if it's much drier. I'm just making sure that I get rid of the excess and the rubbish and keep the place tidy.
With smoke in the air, there's wine on my tongue. Rolling through the years, got this wagon on the run. Getting carried away with the cool mountain breeze. I used to dream about nights like these.
What a surprise, you're back on your yoga mat. She absolutely loves it. It is not often that a job goes way quicker than planned, and I had my parents visiting in just a couple of hours. So I've got just enough time to give the goats a walk up the mountain. Are you the cutest dog that ever lived? How's your doorbell doing? This is a GPS device, so I know where she is at all times, and I've got boundaries set. You're just too cute, aren't you? Laying down on your yoga mat. You having fun? Chasing flies? Are you barking at the fly? protecting the house from flies, aren't you? Come on then, chickens. Let's get your free ranging. They love it.
What a beautiful thing. Hallelujah. Oh, it's making me sing. Thank God for every breath I breathe. And for nights like this. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I've been catching up on all the comments on the last video. Thank you so much to everyone who left a comment. Interact with me, let me know what you want to see. I figured out that there is a lot of South Africans watching, so how's it to you? That's really cool to hear, and it's sad to hear about the power shedding. I already knew it existed, but from what you guys are saying, it sounds really, really unstable and an annoying situation, because sometimes if you're connected to the grid, you're gonna need the electricity. Appliances don't work without it, so I bet all of the South Africans are very, very, very prepared for no electricity. Right, let's keep walking. The goats are behind me, and let's go see what we can find. There's a red squirrel just in that tree. I don't know if you saw that. Don't know where it's gone, but that is cool. I'm actually really excited to see my parents, but also to show them around. Like last time they were here, we didn't have the new project, so I'm excited to show them the new project. I think they're gonna absolutely love it. And also, so much has changed on the property in the time since they were last here. It's gonna be like seeing things all over again, which is really nice. It's fair to say there's a fair bit of water going into the lake right now. Look at that. It's absolutely coming down at a crazy rate. So you can see this is what the goats are brilliant at, is basically picking off any new trees that are growing up under already thriving existing trees. You don't want tons of trees around the bottom of a thriving tree. It's just going to take energy away and not grow to its full potential. But you can see here Mathilde is just picking off all the lower leaves of this beautiful oak tree that you can see here. It's absolutely amazing. It's a big established tree, and all she's going to do is just take the lower leaves off, because I'd have to do that anyway, so it saves me a job. Come on, goaties, come on then. You do, however, have to make sure if there's small trees where you want small trees, then don't leave the goats around them, because they can annihilate a small tree that's been growing for a year in about 2 seconds. So it needs to be controlled. Just seeing that an animal is definitely crossing the stream there. This runs into a holding pond that slows the water down the mountain. But what I've just noticed and never seen before is right here. Look at this. There's like an old stone wall just here, and a spring is coming out from underneath it. So this stone wall would have been here for a purpose. There was always a spring here. It's just so amazing. All of this rain that we're getting is so good for the land. Everything's growing at such a rapid rate. And yeah, it means more work, but like, I feel so much safer going into the summer like this, with all the ground that's wet. I've literally discovered in the last couple of months, since we've had all of this heavy rain, 3 new springs, and they're not new springs, they're always there. This is how it would have been back in the day, so it's nice to see it returning to that. The water is everything. What a place. I've just let the goats graze around the pond because I need that area cleaned up. And if I don't call them, if I just say literally to them, just stay there, they will actually stay there, which is good. So I'm walking a little bit further up the stream to make sure everything's okay, but it's so gorgeous. I could definitely just live in a small cabin right here with a bit of hydro power. Something what I want to do in the future is hydro, because we have a lot of fall, hundreds of meters of fall, lots of pressure coming from this spring. So it'd be silly not to do hydro in the future. My parents literally arrived now in about an hour, so I need to get back down, have a shower, and I don't want to greet them stinking how I'm stinking right now. It's been a sweaty morning actually. It looked like it was going to be super cold, but it feels quite humid because we've had so many storms. One thing I want to know from you guys is, would you like to see a video where I basically walk from the bottom of our land to near the top and just walk around and just show you guys like where everything is? Because I know you struggle with context about where the lower pond is, where the lake is, where am I right now. It's quite hard to understand, where I could try and make a video where I just walk around pretty unedited and just explore the land and show you what it's like. So let me know in the comments, and yeah, like the video, subscribe, some exciting things to come, and I'll check you on the next one.